At the end of the fourth bracha of Bרכhat HaMazon, we're all very familiar with the famous HaRachamans. Today, printed in every bencher, is this whole nusach of many HaRachamans, Ba'amoraim, Yiru, till the end of benching. And everybody knows that some have a minute to say, some not to say, some of them. But really, let's today just explore the background of the HaRachamans. It's very interesting. The HaRachamans are not brought in the Gemara. And in fact, many Rishonim and Achronim question where it came from. But one thing we do know for sure, that it obviously proliferated during the time of the Gaonim. Reb Sadia Gaon in his Siddur and other Gaonim mention the HaRachamans as if it's said. The Reb Sadia Gaon prints a lashon of a HaRachaman in his Siddur, and it's an interesting lashon. It's not the lashon we have. It's a beautiful lashon. When I showed it to some people, they said to me, "Why can't we say this?" He says, "HaRachaman yimloich la'olam va'ed yishtabach netzach selam." HaRachaman ya'ir einenu b'ma'ir Torah. Hashem should enlighten us in the light of the Torah. Yatzliach lanu b'chol derachenu. We should be matzliach. We should be successful in all our ways. Yasim yirasei leneged einov. Yasir machna mikirbeinu. We should remove any sickness from amongst us. Yigai b'choshvei v'aseinu. Should remove any of those who think evil on us. Yilanu oizav v'seimech yasi manu l'man shemai. A beautiful nusach. It's basically one long HaRachaman, and it brings a second HaRachaman for the Balabayis. It's interesting. The Machzavitri, so from the early Rishonim, the Talmud of Rashi, also brings a little bit different nusach. But at the end of his Bרכhat HaMazon, he continues straight into HaRachaman as if it's normal part of Bרכhat HaMazon. However, if you look in some other Rishonim, if you look in the Orchos Chaim, the Avud Raham, the Riva and Yakar, it seems like the HaRachamans were said, but not so official. There wasn't one set nusach for HaRachamans. The Orchos Chaim's lashon is va'achakach oimrim HaRachaman u'ma'arich. You say HaRachamans and you extend your Bרכhat HaMazon kirtzainai, like whatever your ratzon is, what you need, whatever bracha you need from the Rebbeinu Shalom, you add that as a Rachaman. Abu Jahan says HaRachaman ish kirtzainai, that people added the HaRachamans not a very specific nusach, but whatever they wanted. And over the years, it came into being that we have a whole official set nusach of HaRachamans. And it's interesting, the first three HaRachamans are Shevach, HaRachaman Yisbarach Shemai, right? HaRachaman Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed, right? The first three HaRachamans are really not bakoshes. They're not requests, they're Shevach. So, it's at Philos in the bottom, I think it's in Yosef brings, that the reason why that is because Chazal tell us that a person should always begin with Shevach before he goes to ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu bakoshes. So it's interesting that the first three we know, and Taka, there are some people who have a minig on Shabbos because they don't want to say bakoshes, they only say the first three HaRachamans, right? Which are Shevach but not bakosha. The only problem with that is that, according to this pshat, that the only reason why those first three Shevach are there is because, as an introduction to the bakoshes, then l'chayr it wouldn't make sense to say them without the bakoshes. They're only there as an introduction to the bakoshes. If you look in the later benches, obviously, sometime during the later Rishonim, the early Achronim, the nusach of the HaRachamans became set, right? We'll speak about it another point in time where the Gemara tells us that there's a hiratzon for the Balabayis, and there's early Achronim we ask how come it was switched to a different nusach, which is our nusach of HaRachaman, but we already see from Reb Sadia Gaon where there's an idea of saying a HaRachaman for the Balabayis. So we see that there is this idea of HaRachamans dates back a long time, though definitely not originally, it seems from the Rishonim intended for it to be a specific nusach, but rather kol ish kirtzainei. And over time, like many things, because we have such a difficult time on our own, became an official part official nusach. And the Mitzvah Shem in the future shiurim will discuss some of the meanings behind the HaRachmans and some of the pshatim.